This is the podcast overview for week 15, our last week. We'll be covering chapter 15, which is guidelines for stress management and well-being enhancement. So we do have some material to cover, and it's a short week. Classes end Tuesday and finals start Wednesday. It's a little bit shorter week, but these chapters aren't your average length. They're very brief. Kind of final thoughts, really, from both the main chapter and the McGonagall book that we've been reading. So we've got chapter 15 of the main text, and then in the McGonagall book, we've got chapter 6, Grow, How Adversity Makes You Stronger, and then final reflections. And so these are pretty short chapters. And then you have your last exam to be completed by Friday of this week. These are the objectives for the chapter. As you can see, very, very short. It's kind of like a overall recap of a lot of the things we've been talking about, but really just zoning in on some key principles and factors, kind of food for thought to leave you with as you end the semester and you end your study of this book and this topic. Some kind of key principles with which you can guide your self-management of stress. These are your lecture slides. The discussion this week is, I would say, a little bit longer, but only because you're kind of putting in a lot of your own thinking and your own thoughts here. This is a encapsulation of the entire semester that we've done so far. So in the end of the book, in McGonagall, she discusses a way of transforming stress by choosing to find an upside in adversity. Now, we've all faced adversity. Some of us are facing it currently. And sometimes it can be hard to sort of, quote unquote, look on the bright side when we're facing really tough things. But when we make a conscious choice to find the good things in adversity, it can really change our perspective. So using the Transform Stress exercise on page 207, please discuss an ongoing difficult situation in your life or a recent stressful experience. So talk about that first. What, if any, benefits have you experienced from this stress? In what ways is your life better because of it? Have you changed in any positive ways as a result of trying to cope with this experience? And do any of the listed benefits apply to you? So you want to just discuss this. Please use every opportunity to showcase what you've learned throughout the reading of this book, The Upside of Stress, for the entire semester. Use the Harrington text to support any of your statements. So here's where I would love to see some concepts and definitions and just ways of talking about your stress in a more academic way. You know, like how can you now incorporate everything that you've learned from the readings to explain your stress in a way that maybe before you took this class you would never have thought of doing. And so you're taking a stressful experience and you're kind of stating how it's changed you in a variety of ways. And then in number 2, if you were to write your own personal prescription for flourishing and thriving, what would be your top 5 recommendations for how to flourish and thrive through stress? Why would you select these 5? Just explain that. And again, perfect opportunity for you to integrate anything you've learned from the entire semester here. Once you've done that, you're ready for the exam. There's no videos or anything this week, and the exam is not cumulative. It only covers chapters 13 to 15, and it's the same format as usual. So again, please let me know if you have any questions this week as you're working on things. You guys have been a great class. I've really enjoyed interacting with several of you this semester as we've been, the difficulties of COVID And I've been able to get to know some of you through Zoom sessions, which has been great, and others of you just through email. So thank you again for being a great class. I look forward to seeing some of you hopefully in person in the fall. And I just wish you all a really great summer and a chance to rest and unwind. Okay, thanks everyone.